Hi, and welcome to another Type with Me. In this week's episode, I'm going to talk about Deno standalone executables. We will also see how we could do that within node.js, and that's right it. So bear with me and see how we can create standalone executables from our TypeScript and JavaScript projects. So first things first, we first need to check which version we are on. So we're gonna type in Deno version, right? Then we see that we are on Deno or Deno 1.6, right? So that's okay. That's the version we need. If you are not on that version, no worries. Just type in Deno upgrade and then it will look for the latest version. If you are already on the latest version like me, it will just say that their local version is 1.6.3 and it's the most recent release, right? So that's great. You are there to start with me. So the most upvoted feature was creating standalone executables, right? So if you have a TypeScript project and you want to create an executable from that because you want to release it to the outside world or in your company, you can very easily do that now. So, but keep in mind it's just first release of this utility. It's called Deno compile, right? And you will see if we are here, you do need to do Deno compile and then index.ts, your starting TypeScript file, right? So if you do so, you will see that unstable API compile. We need to provide the flag unstable because it's just a first release of this feature. You will see that we need to do that. Bear in mind that in the future you can just drop that that flag, right? So that's no problem. Of course, all these things are a little bit experimental, but it's great to have it there. Just test it out, see if it works. If it works for you, well, I think it can come in very handy, right? So now we have our tutorial because it picks out the name of our folder, right? We are in the folder tutorial, so you will get the name tutorial. So now we have an executable tutorial, right? You see it's right here. We have this executable, so we can also execute this to see what the result is of that. We will very easily do this. And you see that we have Joris 36 Belgium, right? Because this is just what is in right here. If we create or change this to JavaScript, it would be no problem at all, right? You will see if I just delete this, move to trash, I just do this again, but I just change TS to GS. It will very easily do that as well. If we execute this, we have that as a result, right? But you can very easily do that within node.js as well. So if you want to learn how to do that within node.js, well, bear with me. I will show you how to do that. If you're not interested in that and you are very satisfied what you learned today, well, please give this video a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. This means a lot to me. All right, so let's go and see how we can do that within node.js. So Key package your node.js project into an executable. It's from the boys of Versal, and Versal, we all know that by, yes, you are right, Next.js. So they created a tool for that. So it's not a tool out of the box of node.js itself. It's created by somebody else. So that's a big difference between what will be within Deno. So that's important to know. It will be not in the ecosystem itself, and here it's okay. It's cool. It works fine. But yeah, you know, for me, a lot of hassle needs to be done, and I think that's just what will be the big advantage of going to a system like Deno, is that a lot of hassle is being taken away. You can just out of the box do Deno compile, and then you have your executable, and it's very easy for that. All right, so let's check this out and see how this works within a project. So the first thing that you need to do is mpx pkg index.js, right? And then of course you will grab pkg from npm, right? And then he will just install it there. You will see that the first time you run this, he will download Node 14 for Linux, Node 14 for macOS, and Node 14 for Windows, right? And then, of course, he created index-linux, index-macOS, and index-win.exe. So that's also something that's different from what we had before. Here we have 3 different targets, right? And that we don't have that with Deno compile. So when we execute this, you will see that we have index-macOS because we are on a Mac, right? And we have here the same result, yours 36 Belgium, right? So that's great. That's how you do this within node.js. I think that's also a valid thing if you are not using Deno, but you are using node.js and you want to have executables distributed towards your colleagues, and one is on Linux, one is on macOS, and one is on Windows. So, well, this will work fine, right? And you also need to know that in all these executables, there is a node.js being shipped in as well. So you have a node.js shipped in there, targeted for that specific operating system. And you have your application itself, your index.js, all wrapped in some executable that you can very easily ship out. Nobody really needs to install node.js on their machine, but they can just use what you have written for them. So another thing, it's more or less similar like PKG is Nexe, node executable, right? Great name, I think, in my opinion, but okay. So that's also something that you can look into if you want to build and you think PKG is not good enough. Just test out Nexe and maybe it's better, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not gonna do that in this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a little bit from this video, and maybe you're gonna use it, maybe not. But it's always nice to keep that in your mind, that it's possible just to create executables from your JavaScript and TypeScript projects. Thank you very much. See you next time.